I am literally insane. So we're gonna be beating Chaos Island Act 1 without the use of the analog stick. And you know what? Just gonna... Is it an option in my settings? Can I disable the analog stick? Control type. Oh, okay, no. Forward. I can't change that here. Okay, whatever. I'll not be using the analog stick at all. I'm not sure how I'm gonna prove it. No, you know what? The way I'll prove it is by playing the game. No one is insane enough to play the way I'm gonna have to. And then, my cat has come here at the worst possible time. I'm trying to play Shadow Generations here, Luna, come on. Alright.
Let's do this.
Alright. This here is truly how you're meant to play Shadow Generations. Now all this is the easy stuff, quote unquote. You know, when I was just messing around at first. We're only going to be going as far as is possible. Believe me, I put so much time into this, right? But we're only going to be going, you know, as far in the level as at least what I know is possible. This here was the first, like, major roadblock of the run around here. It's, okay, that there's a little tricky, because sometimes it actually sends you going forward, but, other times, you just kind of, you know, have to do what I do. Dang it. Oh, there's death number 1.
All right.
That wasn't what was tricky, by the way. What was tricky about that is the part immediately afterwards. Because if you're the squid, I'm pretty sure you just die. There's not a thing you can do about it. So you've got to manually platform your way up there. But, you know, you probably don't know this, but my stupid moving back and forth, you know, going up by sidestepping when jumping method, it doesn't work when you're on a spring. So, any of the springs you go on are basically just a death sentence. Okay. Have I soft locked this? I've never actually soft locked myself at this point. I just messed that up. Alright, well, I'm just gonna go kill myself.
No! Let's do this.
This is a very annoying challenge to make mistakes on, if you can't tell. Because even something minor, like that there's not a death sentence. But as you can imagine, it is very, very irritating to have to move like this. I hope someone a lot more patient than me is inspired to try and do this in other levels, because I swear this is like the worst choice I've ever made in my life. Spend time doing this of all things. Also, it wasn't planned there, it was a mistake when I sidestepped. What I'd been doing in every other run was I was just boosting whenever I made it there. I didn't actually know it was possible to, and I turned myself around. What I was gonna say is I didn't actually know it was possible to sidestep onto the platform at that point. By the way, 99% of this video here is just going to be me fumbling and failing, because as you can imagine, this isn't a very intuitive control scheme that I'm playing with. I'd like to get all the rings. I'm not sure if it's necessary at any point, but I try not to use the boost as much as possible. It's mainly like a FOMO thing, you know? Like, I fear if I use it now, I won't have it at a later point when I need it. I think boosting might be necessary. I'm not 100% sure, but the angle I have here is kind of awkward. Okay, so it's the other way. Yeah, I think I messed up there.
Let's do this.
Bruh. You get stuck in this situation, it's not impossible. I messed it up, I think.
All right.
Yeah. By the way, to anyone out there, I do not recommend you do this challenge. If anyone wants to try it, please don't. Wait for someone more insane to make a YouTube video. Like, I beat Shadow Generations without the analog stick, because I'm sure there's gonna be one maniac out there who's gonna make it way further than I am in this level.
Let's do this.
Dang it. I'm gonna try something I don't think I've tried before. Dang it. Oh man.
All right.
It seems like it might be promising, though. My god.
No! Let's do this.
You know, I was really hoping I could be done with this part and get to the stuff that's actually hard, you know? So, to trying to clear the dead space. Oh my gosh! Oh, I did it! Okay, so to try and clear some of the dead space, some stuff I've noticed when using this very stupid method of locomotion is that, for the most part, Shadow doesn't seem to change angles whenever he hits walls. So, you're safe, for the most part, to just hit a wall when sidestepping and not being at risk of changing positions. But that's kind of a blessing and a curse, to be honest. Here, we're gonna get to what I think is the worst possible part of this challenge here. What am I doing, actually? You can safely take that. Yeah, I think I need to kill myself. So you can go and do that. Bing. Bum. Now, in what is unfortunately the most painful possible part of this run, you have to do this. Yep, all the way. And as you can probably tell, there was a lot of trial and error in getting up to this point and getting past to this point. You know? So, yeah, this was pain. You know, I'm gonna be honest, I've never actually made it up here before. To this part. Oh, that's interesting. I'm in shock, right? Okay, so you couldn't make it past this point up here before, right? But I'm a masochist, so I'm gonna go back and show you my original method that I did for this.
Let's do this.
That was a mistake. Okay, so what I do is I do this part. You know, for the most part, this isn't that bad here. You go boom, boom, boom. So you know this isn't that bad. And then you go forward, very, very painfully forward. Yep, all this way. This has got to be the most boring video anyone's ever watched. Not gonna lie. Alright, so at this point, you'd normally be stuck down here. You can make it to that top platform if you do something else a bit differently. But for the most part, this is just what I had done. Right? So you go, you can make it up. And this was the first part where I was like, yep, it is legitimately impossible. Because if you kill any of these other robots here, or just make it in at the wrong angle, like sometimes it's just not possible to make it through here. And you can't get up. And if you kill the second robot, then to my knowledge, it should always be possible. But then you make it here, right? And so, here, it's not actually that terribly bad. It's annoying, like everything else here. But, you know, so long as you hit those robots with your Chaos Spear, and don't go too far back, then, you know, you're fine. My god. Did I actually get myself stop locked here? Such a bro moment, honestly. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to kill that guy. This run is so painful. Alright, so yeah, if you made it up to this point here, this is the first point where I just thought it's impossible. You can't make it. Because if you kill the robot and you're up here, and I tried this so many times at a ton of different angles. And then I'd either be stuck here, or you can make it to the corner, but there's just not enough room. And I thought it was impossible. Until I went back here, and felt like an idiot. So, it was possible to make it through to that point. So here you go through this, you go through here. The volcano goes boom. And this here is not so bad. By the way, just a point of note. When you're doing this run, every single time you die, your boost goes back up to max. So in areas like this, you're for the most part, we're just gonna be free to do a little bit of boosting. Boom. I'm not gonna be using it here though, because I'm not 100% sure if the you know, the room with the things in it, the Indiana Jones, it's all closing down room is possible without it. So, you know, I have to play through this pain. Alright. Alright? So you can make it through that. Up here. Now, this room was the second point where I was just like, it's not possible. Because look at this nonsense here. You know, having to run through all this without, you know, your ability to move left and right with the joystick. Although this one, admittedly, was just one I said, you know, it's not possible before having even tried it. And then when I did, I learned it was actually really easy. So, yeah. Now you may be looking at this and being like, this is the part where it's just not possible. But surprisingly enough, that was not that was not the plan. Doesn't really change anything other than making me look like a baboon, buffoon.
Out of my way.
So, but yeah, you can make it through this point. Go through, hit all that. You can jump up here, go this way, make it up. Now, at this point, you may be wondering, James, when's the impossible point? There isn't. It's actually possible to beat Chaos Island without using the analog stick. I'm shocked that this is possible, man. But, yeah, you can do it if you wanted to, for some ungodly reason.